I bleed Dodger blue.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Bleed Dodger Blue. My name is Jeff Spiegel here with Oklahoma City outfielder Jack Suwinski. Jack, welcome to the Dodgers organization. First half of the year. This is your first season with the Dodgers. What's that been like for you?
Yeah, it's been good. A lot of really good people. You know, we've been playing good baseball, so it's been a good first half.
For you, a guy who's been up at the big leagues, had a taste, had some success. What's it like for you to be back in a spot like AAA where you are having sort of the success that you've had throughout your career, but knowing that you've kind of got to get your way back to where you want to be?
Yeah, I think you said it kind of all in that sentence. You know what the goal is, getting back to the majors, and obviously the Dodgers have an amazing organization, an amazing major league team. So you just kind of focus on the areas where you can get better, right? And you know what your strengths are, and you hammer out your strengths and you chip away at your weaknesses, I think is always a good way to put it.
Is there anything in particular that when you got to the Dodgers, hitting coaches or somebody sat down and said, "Hey, here's a couple things that we see opportunities for"?
Definitely, everyone's kind of looking for that edge, and myself, and I don't think the Dodgers would have signed me if they didn't see that
Yeah.
themselves, and they came prepared with a couple of plans. Making more contact, being more consistent. I know that's kind of a given, but it's a big one. Over the course of a season, if you're able to do those two things and do them well, it could be really good.
For you, as a guy, like I said, who's had the taste of success at the big leagues, almost 50 home runs at the major league level, being in AAA, it's obviously a very different mindset than probably 4 or 5 years ago when you were in AAA and hadn't gotten that taste. So how do you use that as fuel and motivation to keep pushing through and keep growing?
Yeah, you just learn from the past and your experiences, and what was then is different from what is now. So just being able to learn from those moments and where you're at and what's happened before, with an eye on the future, and take that and use it how you can.
Obviously, right now, kind of a unique opportunity. A guy like Teoscar Hernandez in the clubhouse with you guys. Kike Hernandez was here. Tommy Edman was here. You've had all these guys pass through. Are you the type that sort of picks their brain on things, or do you sort of keep to yourself and focus on your own stuff?
I think a little bit of both. I think they're really talented and really skilled in what they do, and have spent time on really good major league teams. So being able to talk with them about that, and what that clubhouse is like, what that culture is like, how guys are working day in and day out, when it's easy to take a day off here and there, but I think championship teams have those guys that are able to win on any given day. So just being able to watch how they work and talk to them about that.
On the flip side, have you noticed any of the guys looking to you as somebody who's, again, had real success at the major league level? Do you notice guys sort of picking your brain or asking you tips or asking you to even tell stories about what it was like?
Yeah, I think this team communicates really well. Pitchers to hitters, hitters to pitchers, older guys to younger guys. We have a good group. We got a lot of young prospects. We have a lot of guys who have major league time, and there's really no cliques here. Everyone kind of talks a lot, and they want to see each other do well. So I see a lot of guys kind of being like, "Hey, what are you doing here? What are you doing there? How does that help you? I want to understand a little bit more. I want to watch. I want to watch you a little bit more." So we got a lot of guys pulling for each other.
Last question. You've gotten a taste of a few different organizations throughout your career. People talk about the Dodgers and how special this group is, and obviously it's analytics and all of that. But have you been able to sort of put your finger on, like, if your friends from back home say, "Hey, what's it actually like? What makes these guys so special?" What's your answer to that question?
I think I've been at 3 different teams and 3 different times in my career, so it's a little bit unique for all of them from my perspective. So I think they each have their own little flavor. Obviously I'm really excited knowing what the Dodgers have done and continue to do to be in a spot like this at this time in my career. So it's been good so far, and I'm just excited to kind of see where it goes.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate the time, Jack.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, and best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.